All right. So this is the final portion, I think, of the floor pattern plan. We are going to set this thing up first. So what we're going to do is we're going to give this floor pattern plan to the flooring people. So they have specifically things that they want to see. They want to see, basically, what floor goes where. So this particular floor is different than this particular floor. Oh, but what floor is this? So we're going to kind of set it up and give them a drawing. So we're going to take this level 1 and we're going to duplicate it with detailing. And we're going to call this, rename it to the level 1 floor pattern plan. Like that. Okay. I'm gonna little trickery. I'm gonna copy that. Okay. So that's the first one. Then we're going to go to level 2. I'm going to right click and we're going to duplicate with detailing, and we're going to rename that to level 2 floor pattern plan. Okay, so basically when we have a floor pattern plan, we're going to turn off things that they don't want to see. Like they don't want to see the furniture, they don't want to see door tags and stuff like that. They just want to see their flooring and what it is. So this is going to allow us to do that. Okay. Next, we're going to take all of the materials that we created and we're going to give them smarts. We can do this all at one time now that we've got our floors made. So the way I'd like you to do this is I have these acronyms for the type of floor. Okay, I don't know if we did cork. Anyway, we've got the acronyms. Some are three long, some are 2 long, and so on. This is the way we were doing this at one of the companies I worked at. So, different acronyms. That part's normally reasonably standard. Okay, and then of course, you know which ones you've done, right? So here's what you're going to do. We're going to go ahead and go into Revit here, and let's go into the material library. And that open up. So what I'm looking for is I'm looking to give your the materials you used for your floor some intelligence. I'm going to go MB. This is where I highly suggested you do this. I'm going to go to my first one, my bamboo in this case here, right? The first one. I'm going to go to identity. So in the description, we're just going to describe what this is. This is not going to be a big deal right now, but I'm just going to go ahead and call this bamboo flooring. Something generic like that. Under comments, this is the acronym that I want from you. So if you recall on bamboo, bamboo is BM. Okay. So under comments, that's what I want. Capitals, please. And then under mark, let's just give it a number like 2 decimals, like we'll go 01. Okay. And you just keep adding numbers to it as we go. Just like that. And we'll go to the next one, carpet. Let's go ahead and call this flooring. And that was just a C. And we'll call this O2. You can't use the same mark twice or it yells at you. You can try it, but it's going to yell at you. And I'm just going to keep working my way down here. So that is engineered plywood. Let's call it engineered plywood. And that's comments would be an EPW. Mark, we'll call that 03. If you do 02, by the way, if you just do 02 and then you apply, it'll say, it doesn't like what you did that. So I'm going to cancel that and give it an 03. So it tells you if you've used it before. Okay. And now this is also an engineered plywood because we had more than one. So that's fine. And this can be the same. The description's fine if it's the same. And this is also EPW. But in this case, we're going to make this a number 4. So under comments and mark is where I'm putting all my data. That label, I don't know what that is. That's something before. This is linoleum. Flooring. And linoleum, I think that was LF, but I don't remember. Let's see. Yeah, LF. So comments, LF, and I think I'm up 5 now. Again, if you skip one and you did that 06, it doesn't matter. Okay, and I'm gonna work my way down here. Rubber flooring. And rubber flooring was RRF, resilient rubber flooring, 07. Again, if I skipped one, it doesn't matter. And terrazzo. By the way, terrazzo can be used for countertops as well. So they do that sometimes, but mostly flooring. Okay, comments. RTT. By the way, be careful you put it in the right spot. Some people put it in keywords by mistake. If you do it that way, it won't work. I think I'm on 08, something like that. And getting there, got a couple. So I think that's the last one on the flooring there. So this is going to be vinyl tile. And that's oops, wrong one. VCT. Actually, it's vinyl composition tile. Let's go and fix that. Remember these names here, because I'm going to show you the out-of-the-box material tag is going to look for this, but our new tag that we're going to create is going to look for this and 9 or something like that, and that. Okay, so basically 3 ways to do this. All right. Again, the out-of-the-box tag, the material tag, will look for this. We'll look for this. We'll look for this. Okay, but our tag is going to look for comments and mark. Okay, so I think I've got all mine in there. I'm going to apply. I'm going to hit OK and done. Okay, now if I was to just go in and do a regular material tag, and I'm going to have you do the same thing, go annotate and material tag, and then as I move my tag here, you will see that is picking off the material. Now, if you don't have it there, then it's not going to work. So for example, if I come up here to this room right here and it goes, huh? That means that something you did is wrong. It means you missed something. This material right here is my engineered plywood 1. Let's see what I did wrong. I'm going to edit type. I'm going to find out what I did with my material. That's the Fred there. These material tags are a little quirky sometimes, but in this case, do you see what happened? I just didn't do this one. So it gave me a big huh. I'm going to go ahead and set this one up. I'm going to leave this one alone. I'm going to go ahead and just call this engineered plywood, which is what it is. Hit OK. Hit OK. Hit OK. And you'll see now that that it updates. Okay. So that's what the out-of-the-box material tag does. It looks for that data. This particular tag, if I edit the family, just watch this part. We're going to actually make our own here in a minute. It looks for description. That's what that little tag does. It looks for description. So when, let me just close this. So when you put the material information in, manage materials, and in that material tag, you put that information, then that's what it picks up. So now if I come up here, it's going to say, hey, dude, right? Because that's what it sees. It sees anything that's in that box, right? Or in that, the dialog box. It's looking for description. Okay, let me go ahead and change it back. Manage materials. And is that engineered plywood? Okay, so here comes your task. We're going to create our own custom tag that's going to look for comments on Mark. And here's the way you're going to do it. Yeah, before we do it, now we are in floor plan. Yeah, we are. We're in the floor pattern plan. Make sure you're in the actual floor pattern plan when you're doing this. Otherwise, you'll have to go back and do it again. A little bit more work. Okay, so we're going to pick on this tag and edit the family. This is sort of like when we made the room tag, you know, with the area and the name of the room. I'm going to VV just like we did before, and annotation categories, and open this up just like we did before. And you're going to see the little plus sign there. Now, this particular label, edit label, is not the one we want. So I'm going to go ahead and take that guy, kind of press right about there, and I'm going to launch it back to this side using the little red arrow. So what I want is I want comments, and I'm going to put that green arrow. And just for, you know, like a sample text here, I'm just going to go ahead and put, let's see, what was in there, like engineered plywood. I'm just going to call this AAA. Okay, just sample text. So the reason we do the sample text is we can make this box just about the right size to hold it. So we didn't do any more than 3, so I don't need to make this box very big. And I'm going to move it up just a little bit, kind of like when we had the room tag. We had the name of the room up here in the area down there. We're going to do the same thing here. Now, that's our first one. That's comments. That's what it's going to look for. Then we're going to come into create, and we're going to make another label right there. Just push anywhere on the screen, click. And this one's going to look for Mark. And I'm going to arrow it over. We'll call this, I don't know, 1, 2, 3. Doesn't matter. It's just a sample value. And there it is, right? Hit escape a couple times. I can take that and move it over here. I want it to be right underneath. Again, kind of like we did with the room tag, just underneath, kind of lined up there. Wiggle, jiggle it till it's even. It's looking pretty good. You can also add graphics to this, and we're going to do that. We're going to throw little graphics in there. So we're going to go to create. Let's see. I want line. And I think what I'm going to do on this, I'm going to make a box around the outside, kind of like that, and then make a little line in between. Notice my box is not very good right here. It's a little bit off. So what I might do is just kind of take this whole thing and just kind of bump it up a little bit here, you know, something like that. Doesn't have to be perfect, but just somewhere like that. Okay, so that's my beautiful tag. And that's really, really, really important here to not save it as material tag. This is our custom material tag. So you're going to save it as your custom material tag. So I'm going to do a save as file. Save as. We're going to say this is a family. And then, you know, launch it to where your families are. Let's see, mine. Let's see, make sure I'm in the right spot here. I am not. Sorry, mine is a little weird. And you see the old room tag we did there. So I'm going to go ahead and just put my initials in front there. Please don't just save it as material tags. It'll mess up the other one, the one that looks for a description. Perfect. Okay, so we are saved. And now we are going to, almost saved. We're going to load and close. That way it'll close the family at the same time. Okay, now it's in the project. I'm just going to escape a couple of times. So here's the play. If I go to your floor pattern plan, you'll see that this is there, right? So we can change that material tag to the MB material tag, and it's going to look for different data. Now, I don't have that data in this one because I haven't added it yet. But if I pick this one and I change it to my MB material tag, you'll see that it picks off the linoleum 5. So you go, oh, wow, what happened on that other one? Why didn't the data come in? Well, it's because you didn't put it in, right? So if it happens like that, it can't find anything there. So that's just because you didn't do it right. So if I go to my material, I did this before, and let's just check it out. Oh, yeah, I forgot to put comments there. That's engineered plywood, EPW, and Mark, I think I'm at 10 maybe. And then apply and okay. and okay, and okay, and then we get the EPW10. Now it's looking like it's chopping that line just a little bit there. See that? I don't know if I like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and edit the family. This is completely common here. So that's why we can just bump this down just a little bit here, just a little. Might bump that up just a little tiny bit. Save it. Say yes. I'm saving over the old one. So you don't really know how these tags are going to go until you actually apply them and then load and close. I'm going to overwrite, do the second one. And that looks better. So, you can tweak them if they don't come out exactly the way you want. I like them to be kind of, just barely big enough to fit. Otherwise, they take up a lot of space. And then, then what we're going to do is we're going to go in there. We're just going to tag the crap out of this thing. We're going to go in to annotate. We're going to do a material tag. And we're going to use, see how we have the one in the box, then we have the one we made. And you're going to go in and you're going to tag every room, even if they're the same as the one next to them, every room. So this is going to tell the contractors, get a little creative when you have to, just make sure people can read it. Don't go straight, do it in an angle if you can. Sometimes it gets a little like kind of weird there. I'm going to escape. I don't really like the way that's going. I guess I could go angly like that. I'm not sure I like that. They're getting kind of too close together. So let's try, I don't know, let's see. I'm just going to bring this down here, maybe like that. Again, if you go too far away, then it becomes a problem as well. Ideally, we just get to a nice little spot like that. Now, there will be some in the middle like this. You could, in theory, go like that. You could do that. As long as everyone can read it and stuff, it's okay. You can also, you could do something like this, but I would not do that because then it's very possible for them to do VCT over here and see that. What you can do, unfortunately, the material tag, they have leaders on them. When you try to tag them like this, they don't work very well. See what I mean? And they need leaders on them. It's just one of those quirky things. If you have to, then, and this is not a problem, put the leader back on, is if you need to go through like this, that's permissible, and you're completely fine with that. I'm completely fine with that. So your job is to tag it on level 1, floor pattern plan, and level 2. Just tag it. And I want to see that material tag, but not in the garage. Just a little, see the elbow right there, just kind of short like that. Don't go really long. Don't go this way or that way. Just kind of straight out, just a little bit like that. And click and click. It's like a 2-click thing. Once you get one, that's all you need. You don't need it for all the other rooms. Once that floor is identified, it's done. So ideally, if you have the data in, then it'll be there. And if you don't, then it won't. So in this case, this data is not there. So we need to get in there and do it. So it's definitely a garbage in, garbage out kind of thing. Just as a watch out for, this doesn't work if you're in detail level wireframe. So if you try to do it, I want to say that in this detail level, if you're in wireframe and you try to do it, it doesn't work. See that? It doesn't work. So just be aware of that. Had that happen before, and people couldn't figure out why would it work. It's because you're in wireframe. Be in hidden line mode, and then see how it works. So a little watch out for. Okay. So that was why that was all wonky. So let's see. Well, looks like this one didn't work. So let's find out why. So when you want to go to edit type, let's find out what material was applied to it. Looks like my MB bamboo. And what do you know? And I think bamboo was BM, right? And mark, let's see, 11. And garbage in, garbage out. So you have to make sure. And again, just make sure you've done everything. You can see that some of these rooms, now if they're different rooms, they have to have this, they have to have tags. So you still need a material tag each one of these. You can go into the garage like that. There's no flooring in the garage right now, so that's okay. Stairs, don't worry about the stairs. Yeah, just don't worry about the stairs. We would normally do that, but I would do that on a different view, so we'll just leave that one alone. Okay, you know what? I take that back. We can do the stairs, why not, right? So if we go to the materials, I'm just going to go straight to the materials on that one. It was carpet, right? Manage materials, and it was MB carpet, right? Yeah, there it is right there. And that is, so that's the data that the out of the box material tag will pick up, and you need to put that in. Come back to that later. A C for carpet, and I think we're on about 12. Yeah, so there we go. So now we'll come in and we'll go ahead and tag that one too. So let's see, annotate material tag. And notice that you can't get it up here, but you can get it in here. It's because this cut right here is the 4-foot cut line, and this up here is upstairs. So we'll get it from here. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to go out, huh? Yeah, I'm gonna have to move that bamboo. So I'm gonna take that bamboo and move it like that, so they're not crossing each other. That's, you can do that. That's fine, moving around like that. So that is going to be the floor pattern plan. I'm going to want you to take any sections and go ahead and delete those sections. We don't need those right now. Don't VH them, just delete them. So it looks something like that. So your floor pattern plan level 1 and your floor pattern plan level 2. We'll talk about printing and all that stuff later, but that's what I'm looking for. All right, that is your floor pattern plan.